Well, good morning. I'm wearing the ensemble of solidarity. I got my Firefighters 311 hat, and I got my Cops for Labor t-shirt. Yeah, I got to get an ASPE button too. I'd like all the alders who are here to join me. We got Steve Schmidt, Chris Schmidt. Oh my God, Steve Schmidt owns the shoe store. And Steve Garcia, Paul Skidmore, Brian Egan. Who else? Sasha Rose Conley was here.
Right here.
Oh, here she is. Steve King. Any other alders? No? And Claire's around here somewhere. And Representative Brett Halsey. So when Governor Walker announced his bill, within about 48 hours, these alders and I unanimously approved all of our 12 union contracts through 2012. We did that for two reasons. First of all, we did it simply because it was the right thing to do. And secondly, we did it to send a message up the street to Governor Walker that he may want to exploit his employees, but we will not exploit our employees here in the city of Madison. Then Governor Walker, a few days later, said, well, I only did what local officials asked me to do. So I got together with about, 300 or 400 of my fellow local officials, and we said, we didn't ask you to do this. We said, we like collective bargaining. Collective bargaining is the way that we make progress. It's the way we keep labor peace. It has worked in this state for 40 years, and a state budget deficit, while significant, it's no reason to turn back 40 years of labor progress. We don't need this. We can work with our union. Let us do this the Madison way. Let us do this the Milwaukee way, and the Green Bay way, and the Superior way. There's not a one-size-fits-all solution to this problem. And then later this week, the governor had a conversation with this guy that he thought was a campaign supporter, and it turned out to be somebody else. And he had his guard down, and he was a little bit revealing in his comments. And he said, among other things, that he considered hiring folks to come and disrupt the peaceful protests in Madison. And I don't know if you have a chance to read the paper this morning. Dan Fry wrote an excellent letter on behalf of the MPPOA condemning that. And Chief Noble Ray has been outspoken condemning that. So I sent the governor a letter yesterday asking him some questions. For example, exactly what was it that you considered? Exactly who was it that suggested disrupting peaceful protests? And why on earth, when you rejected it, did you reject it not on moral or legal grounds, but on political grounds?
Yeah! He's not educated!
I have not yet received a reply.
Surprise!
But we have to keep asking those questions, because this is very significant. I have never been prouder, and I think I can speak for all the alders on this, we have never been prouder of our community than we have been in the last 2 weeks. We have shown the world what effective, peaceful protest looks like. We have shown the world literally what democracy looks like. And it is starting to have its effect. Governors in places like Florida and Indiana and other places and Michigan, where they were looking at Wisconsin and thinking, hey, if this works for Scott Walker, maybe it's going to work for me. They're now backing down and saying, we don't need to destroy collective bargaining.
What about Wisconsin?
We're still working on it. And we're still working on it in part because those brave Assembly Democrats like Brett Halsey delayed that bill for as long as they possibly could. And we're still working on it because 14 Senate Democrats are still holding out. They're still buying time. And while there's time, we still have hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the main thing is, regardless of what we accomplish in terms of this particular bill, we have sent a message to the world. We have helped other states. And Scott Walker has galvanized us like we've never been galvanized before. And so, as we go forward, we are making history. We've been making history the last 2 weeks. We're going to make history again today. And for years and years, as we go forward, one of the proudest things that anyone will say in the progressive movement is remember Madison. Let's go for a walk.